Hi, Jaime. How are you?
Fine, my brother. You?
Yeah, doing great, thank you. And thank you so much for taking the time
Oh,
to chat with me
dude, are you
today.
crazy? Thank you for your time and for supporting the project, man, and for putting it out there. Thank you.
Well, I had a great time watching you in this movie, and I thought Marco's such an interesting character, and the way he clashes with Snag when we first meet him must have been a unique experience for you, coming to blows not only with your co-star but your director as well.
Man, Ben Milliken, what can I say about that guy? I just love him so much. We have become really close friends. We see each other once a week in Los Angeles. His son is a good friend of my kids. Like, you have no idea. Like, I love the guy. And I was so happy to work with such a kind and generous individual, to be honest, because he's just amazing. But also a director in a more professional comment. Also, a director that is very precise and very clear on what he wants, his shot list, how he's going to put the scene together. Just working with someone that has so much clarity and so much precision on how he's going to put his project together it is a gift for us as actors, because when you work with an insecure director, like overshooting and doing too much because he or she, they're not really sure about what they want, that's painful. But it wasn't the case with Ben, thank God.
I'm glad to hear it. And, this is such a great action role for you. So I'm curious when it came to the training and preparation, what did that look like for you? Because, you get very hands-on in this movie.
Yes, I'm actually I have a bone to pick with Ben, actually, and I'm gonna say it. I don't care. I don't care if your readers and your viewers hear this from me, but Ben and I shot the action scene, the action fight from beginning to end. Now, for safety reasons, Hollywood, they like to do it. No, no, let's go. Let's shoot the fight scenes with the stunts, just for fun, just to have a little, like, different perspectives or camera settings. And Ben and I were like, I mean, Ben being the director, right? But also this was Ben the actor. We were saying, no, 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 but Ben and I, we have the fight scene. We've been rehearsing. We feel super comfortable doing it. Let's do it. Yeah, okay, let's do it. You can do the fight scene from beginning to end, but just for fun, let's do it with the stunts. And I can see in the editing when they use the stunts, and I'm like, but he also did that. Why are they using the stunts? I mean, right? But they did a good job. I mean, I think the editing is really well done, and yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I love to do action scenes. I used to own a boxing gym here in Los Angeles. I did 8 years of karate. I was a black belt, so I'm very comfortable doing the action scenes. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. But then, of course, in contrast, we've got that really great scene where we learn more about Marco's history with Snag. And it's quite an intimate moment between all the crazy action that's going on. So,
Yeah.
do you enjoy that just as much as the action ultimately as an actor?
100%, because as you know, as actors, when you have actors, Josh, that don't have a conflict, when you have actors or comic reliefs or whatever that don't have, like, we say carnita in Mexico. If they don't have meat, if they don't have like more to give to the project, they're only like funny comments here or funny comments there. It's a very superficial and empty character. So I think it's very important to have and thank you to the writers, right? Because the writers really wrote Marco and all of the other characters very well rounded. And I love that about Marco, that yeah, he has a story and he has heart. His heart is connected to Snag's heart, and that gives the character more depth and a reason, right, for to be in the movie.
Yeah, for sure. And of course, CJ Perry plays the Reaper in this movie, and she comes from that professional wrestling background. So to go head to head with her as Marco, again, another unique experience, I'm
It's
guessing.
just not fair, man. I'm just gonna say it's just not fair, because we are rehearsing, and of course CJ is kicking my butt in every single rehearsal. And I'm like, CJ, come on, take it easy with a brother. Just take it easy, because she is really good at punching, Josh. She's really good at flying. She is really good at kicking. She's also very, very, really good at acting. So, of course, I needed a little bit more time rehearsing with the fight coordinators and the stunts, and CJ didn't. So, yes, it threatened my manhood a little bit. But at the end of the day, we conquered, and the scene was incredible. We have to unfortunately shorten our fight scene because of time, restrictions on set, our fight scene was going to be a little bit longer. But then, you know, the sun was coming out, and then took the creative decision of saying, hey, listen, it's great, let's cut this and this. And CJ and I were like, no, don't cut our fight scene, he's amazing. But you have to do what you have to do.
For sure, it came together great. And I know, as you said, you've got plenty of action experience, but I'm curious, when you're working on a movie like this, do you walk away with many bumps or bruises, or did you come out of this one quite unscathed?
Well, Josh, I know you look at me, you're like, oh, that youngster, he's like 20, but no, I'm 49. So yes, at some point, your body and a little thing I like to call age gets in the way, right? So the other day I was reaching for my helmet on my closet, and I went to reach for my helmet, and I got stuck because my lower back just said, I'm not going to work with you anymore. So I do love the fight scenes, but I do have to warm up a lot and get ready and whatever. And then I do the fight scenes, and yeah, they're fun.
That's awesome. And Jaime, while I have you, you know, Coco is personally my all-time favorite Pixar movie. So
Thank you, man.
I'd love to know, how do you look back at the legacy of that film? And are you hoping a sequel might come around one day?
I don't know the sequel, Josh, but I know they are working on the Broadway show. And I am willing to give a kidney or a lung, maybe, to play De La Cruz. I would love to play De La Cruz on the Broadway version of Coco. So hopefully, you know, I'm just saying it because I want to manifest it to the universe. But that would be a dream come true.
That is some perfect casting there. And, you know, this film, like Coco, you know, there's a really great mixture of the Spanish and English languages. And like a lot of maybe past action films, I feel this one handles it very respectfully and in a very good way. So what did that mean to you as an actor coming onto a project like this one?
It's so natural, Josh, for us. I mean, I'm an American and a Mexican citizen. And for us that we live here in this country, it's so natural for us to talk to our Spanish-speaking friends in Spanish. And then we turn to our American friends and speak in English, and then we turn to Spanish, and then we forget the English friends are there, so we have to translate to English. I mean, that transition of going to Spanish, English is such a natural and normal thing for us who live here in this country. And the fact that you do it in the movie, or like we did in my past show on Jane the Virgin, which is the same thing, right? Jane the Virgin, the abuela, the grandma, speak in Spanish, and Gina and Andrea reply to her in English. That's how we live our lives. It's so, as long as you don't use it in projects as the gimmick to target US Hispanics, then you're good. And imagine, we would never, as a Mexican myself, I would never allow for my culture or my language to be used as a gimmick. Never. So, you know, it's very natural, and it's very the way we conduct our lives in this country. It's just how it is.
Yeah, I love to see it. And just one final question for you. More action roles, do you think, down the line? I know you've done a little bit in the past. You've got a real taste of it here. Do you think we could see more action for you? Maybe superhero?
Yeah, well, hopefully, man. Hopefully. I mean, I was the main villain in Kimi, the Steven Soderbergh film. Yeah. Not too much action there. I would have loved to fight more, but it was more like a sinister bad guy there. But hey, who knows? I know. Ben really wants to do like a sequel of Snag, or there's a lot of plans there. Nothing has been materialized yet, but yes, of course, I would. The action thing, it's so much fun. Like it's crazy fun.
Oh, well, fingers crossed for you, Jaime. Thank you so much for your time. I'm a big fan of your work, and I loved what you did in this movie. So it's been a real pleasure chatting with you.
I really appreciate your kind words. Thank you, man. Same here. Thank you very much.
Have a good one. Thank you so much.